my God, Fiona, what a song. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome for the first time. If you're new here, my name is Kyle, and this is where we geek out about vinyl records, music, movies, and media. And today is an amazing day. I'm going to be listening and reacting for the first time to the brand new Fiona Apple song called Pretrial, Let Her Go Home, which was released on the 7th of May of 2025. And this is the first original music that Fiona has released since her 2020 album Fetch the Bolt Cutters came out. And I was so in love with that album. That was my top album of 2020. Actually tied with Jessie Ware's What's Your Pleasure album. Those two were kind of inseparable that year for me. And I've been a fan of Fiona since high school when the album title came out. I think she is an extraordinary machine. And I'm hoping that this song means that she has a new album coming out soon, because it's been 5 years and I need my fix. This song may actually be a one-off single. It seems like it's not a coincidence that it's being released right before Mother's Day, because from what I've read about the song it's a very political anthem regarding women who are held in jail because they can't afford to pay for bail. And the effect that has on their family and their livelihood. So there's a statement that Fiona released that I'm going to read for you guys. Forgive the ghostly glare on my face. That is my laptop. So I'm going to try to read this without my glasses, so bear with me. The statement from Fiona says, "Time and time again, I listened as people were taken away and put in jail for no other reason than that they couldn't afford to pay their way free. It was particularly hard to hear mothers and caretakers get taken away from the people who depend on them. For the past 5 years, I have been volunteering with the Free Black Mamas DMV bailout, and I have been lucky to be able to witness the stories of women who fought for and won their freedom with the tireless and loving support of the leadership. I hope that this song and the images shared with me can help to show what is at stake when someone is kept in pretrial detention. I give this song in friendship and respect to all who have experienced the pain of pretrial detention, and to the women of the group's leadership who have taught me so much and whom I truly love." Wow. Okay. So sounds like this is going to be a deep track. So I think we should just dive on in and take a listen. The acapella.
They wouldn't let her go home, and now there's no more home.
Oh. Ooh, the green. Was that a harp or a mandolin or? Ooh, that rhythm. It's very tribal sounding.
She took on extra shifts, still couldn't pay the bill. No danger, no flight risk, but she will stay in jail. She was not convicted of anything. She was not convicted of anything. Won't you let her go home?
Okay, so they're not being convicted of anything. They're just held in pretrial detention, so that means you haven't been convicted of a crime yet, but you're awaiting a trial date to see if they're going to convict you. And if you can't pay the bail that's set for you, then you don't get to go home. You have to stay in jail. Okay. Wow. That's going to cause a hell of a lot of problems. If she's not a flight risk and she's not a danger to anybody and people depend on her, shouldn't they be setting kind of bail at an amount that the person can afford? Maybe that's just the way things work in Canada, but interesting. Let's see where this goes.
Won't you let her go home?
Those drums.
At home she's got 2 kids, and grandma needs her care.
Yeah.
Don't pack the lunch, you give meds. If she's in jail, not there. They already
Good question.
took the only dad.
I do want to say that I'm really enjoying the tribalness of the rhythm of the song, and the little bits of the guitar coming in, it's kind of representing the anger, I think, of the situation, and how unjust it seems. And then there's these little flute parts that are kind of reminding me of the end of Criminal, how she used a lot of flute instrumentation in that song. But good point that she's making. If this woman's not home, who's going to take care of her kids if she doesn't have a partner or a mate? You know, how is she going to pay her rent? How's she going to take care of, you know, her elderly parents if they need medications that they need to take on time? A lot of households depend on the mother, you know, for a lot of care. And if she's not there because she's being held in pretrial detention because she can't afford her bail, then her family is going to suffer from that. Especially if she's not a flight risk or seen as a danger to somebody.
And Grandma took a fall. The kid's been missing school. To see her at the hospital. When the teacher saw that they were not.
There's the flute part.
She called CPS and CPS and took the kids away.
Oh no. Oh God. Okay, now in some of these cases, if the elderly parent, who is also the guardian of the kids while the mom's not there, is in the hospital, the kids aren't being watched, they're not getting to school on time. Obviously, teachers, if there's not a known reason for absences, especially if it's an accumulative absence, you know, they're required to call CPS, which is Child Protective Services, and investigate. And then the kids are going to be taken away if there's nobody there to watch after them. Oh my God. All these situations just keep snowballing and getting worse. This is deeply, deeply political song and deeply upsetting too. There's that guitar part. Just keeps the anger and the frustration. Everything's building. And those drum parts, the doom doom, it sounds like what do you call it? Jail doors kind of being slammed and locking. Whether that's intentional or not. Very effective instrumentation on this song. Wow.
Preliminary hearing short. Only witness is the cop. He doesn't even show in court. And all the charges get dropped.
What? Oh, that's a good question. So, in some of these cases, the court date comes up that she couldn't afford to pay bail for. Sometimes the only witness to whatever the misdemeanor crime, I'm assuming these are misdemeanors, otherwise she would be held for a reason. If it's a misdemeanor crime, the cop is the only one that's a witness. The trial comes up for what they're going to be convicted of, if they're going to be convicted, and half the time the cop doesn't even show up, and the charges get dropped. And now Fiona's asking, well, what the fuck did you put her through this for? There was a family and a community that depended on this woman for their livelihood, and now she's been held in jail for few months, I'm assuming, not being convicted of anything, and now the charges are being dropped because the cop didn't even show up for the trial. Like, that doesn't seem right. I don't know if there's extenuating circumstances, whatever. It just, you know, from the information that I'm getting from this, it doesn't sound like it's right. But if you guys know how this legal system works, clearly I don't. If you want to let me know, maybe, just so I can get a better understanding of how that kind of works, because that's very interesting.
Wouldn't let her go home.
And now there's no more home. So unfortunate that I would not know what I would do in that situation. So these women are very strong that have to go through this situation. Hopefully this, I guess this support group or this charity, you know, gets a lot more attention to get these women help, to get, you know, their bails paid for so they can go back to living their lives and, you know, helping their families. Just wanted to talk a little bit more about the instrumentation, which was so sparse but so clever to use that. Very tribal, like I said, very minimal, very organic, because it sounded like all of the percussion was done by hand. I actually want to see what kind of drum they were using, because I only think of bongos when I hear that kind of slapping, and it's probably not a bongo. Okay, so the song had traditional drums, and there was also a drum called a cajon drum, which is a box-shaped percussive instrument originally from Peru, played by slapping the fronts or rear faces, generally made of thin plywood, with the hands, fingers, or sometimes implements such as brushes, mallets, or sticks. So I think that's that one that a lot of the time you see artists sitting on, that they're kind of playing between their legs, and it's used a lot in kind of flamenco style music. Very, very effective in this song. I'm definitely going to give this song a star. Bravo to you, Fiona, for bringing this, you know, this cause to light, because I think more people need to hear about it. And this is a great song, you know, to empower women during Mother's Day, and dedicated to these women. Such a beautiful tribute to them and to their families. So good for you, Fiona, for, you know, keeping your political hat on and always giving us songs that are full of, you know, vibrancy and also thought-provoking. Good for you. Well, that's it for me today. What do you guys think of the song? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you a fan of Fiona Apple's? If so, let me know your favorite Fiona Apple song or album in the comments. I'd love to hear your views. If you guys have any songs or albums or artists that you'd like me to react to, definitely leave those in the comments as well. I love discovering new music and I love to get your suggestions. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future content from me. Thank you guys so much for all of your follows and your likes and your comments so far. That really means the world to me. I'm just getting started with this page, and you know, your support means everything to me. So thank you again so much, and happy Mother's Day to you guys. Thank you guys so much again for watching, and as always, keep spinning those records. I will see you in the next one, okay? Mwah! Bye!